Hey, shalom, everyone. This is Daniel, aka Daniela. First of all, I want to apologize for my last video. You could barely hear me over the fan because the fan was facing almost directly towards the camera, so all you hear is just wind, mostly blowing air. But you can still hear it, but you have to deal with, the noise of the fucking fan. But anyways, so sorry about that. I want to. Oh yeah, and then also the dislikes. I know it's probably those alt-right anti guys and shit like that. Who gives a fuck? That shit makes me laugh when I see that. But anyways, so I wanted to make this video about this white girl in Texas, teenage white girl in Texas, who lied about being raped by 3 black men. Now tell me, please tell me that we live in a post-racial society, because I don't believe that shit in the least bit. You know, it's funny because I think it's starting to become more and more evident to black people in general that we're not in a post-racial society. Because I remember back in 2011, 2010, really before the whole Trayvon Martin thing, and even during the Trayvon Martin thing, there were still a lot of black people saying that we live in a. They was like, oh, it's 2012. Racism doesn't exist. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I remember people even saying that into 2013. But I think that now it's just becoming more and more evident that we still live in a very, very racist society that has not changed at all. That has not changed its racism at all, but has just changed the way they approach, with their racism. But still, anyways, my point is that we still live in a fucking racist ass society. Period. We live in a racist society, and this woman is using an age-old fucking tactic, shit that got black cities destroyed, black men and women and children lynched over false fucking accusations of being raped by a nigga. Yeah. So this white girl, she claimed that 3 black men raped her. And the crazy thing is that usually when it comes to a rape case, yeah, they will investigate it, but guess what? They investigated this like this was a murder case. The police even they even admitted to that they put in as much effort as they would into a murder case. Now, I can tell you this, when it comes to rape, they don't do heavy investigation, having full-blown multiple teams out there, investigating like they do murders. They don't do that when it comes to rape. They will usually have like a few, officers, maybe like 1 detective, but they had multiple fucking, detective groups looking, investigating and stuff like that. And then they got to this. They was basically questioning her, how it happened and all this stuff. And some things just wasn't adding up. And as they started to break down the story, she started to admit that she had made this whole fucking thing up. So, point of this video is, black men, why are you fucking with white women? These women will get you killed, because we see how much effort they put into this white woman supposedly getting raped. The police force. They put in a lot of effort to find these 3 niggers, and probably, most likely to their disappointment, they found out that there wasn't 3 niggers behind it, but it was this woman who inflicted damage on her own self. When you read the report, this woman fucking cut herself up, scratched herself up just to make it seem legit. This is how evil these fucking people are. This is how evil these people are. Remember the movie Rosewood? How that whole fucking town got burnt down over an accusation of a white woman being raped, when really it was a white man who raped her? But she was so embarrassed and so fucking evil that she blamed it on a black man. And this was based off of a true story. And remember the woman who witnessed it. Remember the old Negro coon who witnessed her being beat up by her white lover, because remember, the white woman, she was married, but she had a lover on the side, and he was the one who whooped her ass up. And remember the old coon negress, she was in there, seen the whole thing, and she didn't want to say anything. Her son ended up getting killed in the process. and then her, yeah, I believe it was her son who got killed in the process. One of her sons or nephews, something like that. And she ended up being killed too. I enjoyed when she died because she could have stopped the whole thing by telling the truth that this white woman was lying and that, you know, it wasn't a black man who raped her, but it was so and so. But yeah, this has been going on for centuries here in the United States, where a white woman, you know, she false reports herself being raped by a black man. I mean, this has happened, and it's so bad that even other races of people do it too. Remember the Asian and white man couple a few years back? She she said that she was beat up by like some black dude, some black guy tried to rape her, but come to find out it was really her boyfriend. She was protecting her white boyfriend. Yeah, so this shit happens, you know, and they know that they can get away with shit like this. They feel like, let me say this, they feel like they can get away with stuff like this, and this is why they do it. Now, they really don't talk about her motives behind this and why she did it, but it's just straight up fucking racism, period. Who knows? Maybe she wanted an innocent black man locked up. Because, I mean, really, when you think about it, what was the reason for doing this other than wanting bad things to happen to black people? You know what I'm saying? So, you Negroes, I'm talking to you black men, you need to stop fucking with these fucking, these white women. They will get you killed. Same thing with you sisters. You need to stop fucking with these white guys. These white men will kill you. You know, it's funny because I actually have a bookmark folder of all different instances where black men were framed by white women. And I'm telling you, it's like a whole fucking stack. Like different articles of different black men who have been killed, who have been charged with false crimes and stuff like that from dealing with fucking white women. I also have another folder that is just as long of black women being beaten and killed by their white lover, boyfriend, fiance, or husband. So the crazy thing is, from all the evidence that I gathered, is that more black women are killed by their white spouse than black men are killed by their white spouse. But more black men are set up by their white spouse than black women are. Black women are killed more by white men than black men are killed by white women. But more black men are set up with false charges and accusations and are killed by white women that they don't know than black women are. So that whole swirling thing about, you know, black relationships lasting longer, you know, between a black woman and relationships lasting longer between a black woman and a white man, that's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't know if that shit's true. I mean, I think I saw like statistics on it, you know, but this was like based back in like the fucking early 2000s, late 90s, I believe. It's not current at all. It's like, I remember last time I looked at it, was like from like, I think like 2000 or something like that, before swirling became a big thing. But yeah, more black women are killed by their fucking white spouse than black men are. But black men, like I said, are charged with false crimes more than black women are when it comes to black men dealing with white women. And black men are also killed more by false accusations of, you know, rape and stuff like that than black women are. I never heard of a black woman being killed because of a white man saying that he's been raped. But there are a lot of cases out there where black men, going as far back to the I believe like the early 1800s, or I think it was late 1700s, the first time I saw a report of a black man being killed from supposedly raping a white woman. You know, so that's been happening for centuries over here to black men. But yeah, black women, y'all are not off the hook neither, because you need to stop fucking with these cave beasts. It was funny because I was in the comment section, and this white guy, he said that black people have pubes for hair. That shit's funny. But I got back at him. I was like, white people grow baloney for skin. White people grow baloney for skin and grow animal hair on their heads. So then he came back. What did he say? He said, "Well, black people have shit for skin," and I was like, you know what? Black people. Yeah. This is what he said. He said black people have their skin color is the same color as feces, and I was like, well, dirt and feces are very rich, and things that grow out of rich soil. I was like, black people's skin color, the average black person's skin color is the same color as rich soil. And what comes out of rich soil is very healthy and strong fruit. So that's why whatever comes out of us is strong and healthy. This is why black people are more superior. His ass haven't hit me back yet off that shit. I was like, also, white people, you're also, our skin can take all the God-given elements. We can sit out in the sun without turning into fried bologna like you pigskins. He hasn't hit me back yet, so I thought that was pretty fucking hilarious. These white people, see, the thing is, I can troll just as hard as these white people. White people, the thing is, black people, we're so late when it comes to the internet. But don't get me wrong, we are catching up pretty fast. But I remember when I was the only when my family was the only black family that had a computer. You know what I'm saying? This was back in the early 2000s, late 90s. We were the only fucking black family with a computer. You know what I'm saying? So black people have always been behind in technology. Finally, we're starting to catch up. Just like internet lingo and stuff like that. So my point is that white people have been trolling on the internet for years. I remember when I was one of the few black people at my school who had internet at my house. And I learned lingo, especially playing World of Warcraft and stuff like that. You learn their lingo real fast in that. So I had a head start on that. But like LOL, I remember a time when only white people used LOL, LMAO, all that stuff. There was a time when black people did not use that shit. It was only when black people started to get cell phones, because black people got cell phones before they even got fucking computers. And once when there started to be apps like Facebook and stuff like that on there, a lot of black people started to use that lingo, LOL, and all that stuff. I remember it. I mean, we can go back all the way back to 2010, which was only like 7 years ago. Black people did not use that lingo at all. So my point is that white people have always been trolling. They're so good at it because they've been doing it for such a long time. Black people really aren't as good as trolling as white people when it comes to being on the internet because, of course, white people had the head start. But me, I'm very good at trolling back at people because I'm used to it. Especially playing a game like World of Warcraft. You have to be good at trolling people, man. You have to. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Brothers and sisters, stop fucking with these white devils. They are an evil fucking people. They are evil as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that all fucking white people are outwardly evil, but I believe that white people in general are inherently evil. They're inherently evil people. This can be backed up with scriptures and also backed up in action. I mean, look at what the fuck they have done. They have caused, I mean, it's funny because white men have only risen to power within the past 500 years, right? This Western society has only been dominated for about 500 years, right? Because before that it was the Moors, it was the Turks, and then it was the Roman Empire, but the Roman Empire and the Greek Empire was mixed. It was not completely white like you think. There was Middle Eastern people, even black people in the mix, and you can even see it through archaeology and their ancient art. So anyway, so yeah, white people have only been in this absolute power for at least the past 500 years, and within that reign, more animals than ever have went extinct under the power of any nation ruling. I'm not talking about like natural disasters wiping out animals. I'm talking about humans wiping out animals. The white men have killed certain species of manatees, birds, all types of fucking animals. I mean, even in Africa, they killed off like certain type of zebras and all types of shit, all types of animals that white men alone have killed and have pushed to the brink of fucking extinction. And then they try to make it everybody's problem. See, that's the thing. When it comes to white people, when it comes to non-white people problem, it's always a pandemic problem, which means that it only belongs to a certain group a small group, basically. It's a problem that only belongs to a small group. But then when white people have a problem, oh, it's epidemic. It's a problem that everybody is facing. It's not just one group. It's not just white people. Like this whole methamphetamines and heroin addiction. Back when black people were doing crack cocaine, it was only pandemic. It was only something that was seen as an African American thing. But now, since meth and heroin is big and it's happening and it's really affecting white people, now it's a whole American problem. It's blacks, everybody else, Latinos are all included in this issue, this white people issue. So that's how white people have been for a long time. So they push the same thing when it comes to destroying the earth, polluting the earth. That's a white man doing it. But they want to make it feel, they want to make Africans feel like they're part of the problem. They want to make Asians feel like they're part of the problem, when no, in actuality, it's really the white man doing this shit. Same thing with them, you know, pushing these animals to extinction or the brink of extinction. This is what the white man is doing, but they trying to make all of us feel guilty about it. So that's how the white man works. We need to stop fucking with these people. They are inherently evil. They are inherently warlike. Don't get me wrong, everybody wars, but these people are bloodthirsty savages who know nothing but war. And that's one thing I have to say that they're good at. They're good at war. They're very good at war because they're inherently evil, and it's in their genetics, it's in their DNA to be like them. You may find some white people out there who do care about other races of people, but that's very rare. It's very rare. It's very, very fucking rare. And I've been playing online games for the longest. Like I said, I've been hipped onto, you know, computer games, the internet for the longest of times. And the number one played war games of white people, especially white people who own computers. Oh man, I'm jumping the gun, and I'm kind of tired too. But anyways, so the number one game, type of game that's played on computers by white people are fucking they're called RTSs, and those are called real-time strategy games, and those are war games. Most of RTSs are war games. White people fucking love war games. Why do you think Call of Duty was one of the most popular fucking games in the world? I mean, there was one time when Call of Duty and Battlefield was the most popular game in the world, and it still is up there in popularity. Then there's a lot of RTSs. Like white people, I noticed that white people love war games. They love games where they can control people or kill people. They do. So anyways, that's basically all I have to say. Black people, stop fucking with white people. There is no reason for us to be in a relationship with white people. I'd rather you be in a relationship with any other people but fucking white people. You know, yeah, I think that we should be with just only our people, but I would rather a black woman or a black man to be with an Asian woman. I'd rather her be with, I don't know, I'm kind of iffy about Arabs because they're almost the same thing as fucking white people. They're almost just as bad as fucking white people. Some people may say Asians are, but Asians are nothing but fucking stooges and copycats and peons when it comes to being like, I just think they act the way they do, like China, for example, just to impress Western society. I mean, because when you look at all the shit that China puts out, it's generic compared to what the West puts out. But like, they're just doing that to compete and trying to get the attention of the white people. You know what I'm saying? They're lusting after their fucking attention, and we know that's what Asians always do. But I don't see them as being like evil and as warlike as fucking you know, white people, even though they have had a crazy past. But yeah, I'd rather, and Hispanics too, I'd rather a black or a so-called African American. See, y'all don't know anything, but my Hebrew Israelite community, they know what's up with the Hispanics, that we're the same people. We descend from the same people. So I really don't mind that shit at all. But I do dislike when black people get with other races or different ethnic groups of people simply because they're not black. That's the shit I can't fuck with. But if you fall in love with, you know, a Hispanic guy, that's good. As long as you fall in love with him for the right reason. I stress this with anything. Fall in love with people for the right reason. Don't get with a person just because, oh, she has a fat ass, or, oh, because he's Asian. Because there's a lot of sisters who are really getting to that Korean bullshit too. And who are obsessed with the Korean culture, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with liking another culture, but when you become obsessed with it, when you get an obsession with it, I think that's when you kind of got to, you know, back up and reevaluate things, because then a lot of self-hate starts to come in. You start to idolize them over your own people, your own self. You see them as being better. So yeah. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Stop fucking with white people. Peace out. Shalom. Kwame Ashala.